Aldeniki here with another Halo 5 Guardians Mythic LASO, or Legendary All Skulls On walkthrough. And this is the 8th mission in the series, which is Swords of Sanghelios, or Sanghelios. And I gotta tell you, this one was a real pain to do. A lot of fails before I got it right. But here we go, loading her up. Now we're going to have a sprint at the beginning to skip a battle, and a sprint at the end to skip a battle, and a lot of intense firefighting between those two. Now the one in the beginning is kind of tough, takes some practice, but honestly, if you fail, just restart the mission and try again. It's worth it. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is switch over to my pistol. I was equipped with a battle rifle. I switched to the pistol. I just fired a shot to make sure I had it right, because I'm going to be swapping that out for a plasma pistol here in a minute or two. Alright, we're sprinting along here. And notice I didn't position my troops. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It doesn't appear to make a difference. Okay, I'm going to jump, thrust, and jump again, and sprint through this broken barrier. Grab the plasma pistol on a full run. Keep running. You slow down, you're toast. Alright, run up this way. Jump and Spartan thrust. Run down here. Oh, crap. Well, at least I had a shielded jackal to take care of. Now I kind of run that around that turret like a read option. If the elite is on the left, I go right. If the elite is on the right, I go left. And if I can't see him, I kind of guess, and if he's there, I just jump over him. Okay, I come up here. I got 3 snipers to take out. There's one. The second one is in the far end over there. He's a real pain to take out, too. Whoa! This guy is real up. And thank goodness we are running score attack, because I can be revived. I hate snipers. And at least one of my buddies is there to revive me, or else that would have been it for the mission. I can die, but if one of my buddies is around and I go into armor lock, I can be revived. And likewise, I can revive them. Okay, that sniper's down. So much, and the third one's right there. So much for the no revive run. See who I got back here. Alright, it looks like Vale and Buck. Swap out the battle rifle for a carbine, Covenant carbine, primarily because there's a lot of ammo down there in this little valley. Alright, so there's 3 grunts here. And that guy's a pain with his needler. Alright, now last one I'm going to do a ground pound. And I just kind of landed just a little bit to the side of him in case he came out with a grenade. Got my health back, my shields back. Okay, 3 more grunts on that over there to take down, and then we got that elite. Mark him so my guys can actually help with him. It seems to me that when you mark an enemy, your Spartan buddies are a lot more proficient at taking them out. And of course, he wants to hide. Ooh, look out. Those guys are grunts and elites are really proficient grenade and accurate grenade throwers. Okay, he's down. Alright, we're going to jump across here. There's a little Spartan thrust. Run in here, break down that wall, and come on back out. All we got to do is take down one of those 2 jackals, shielded jackals, and all heck breaks loose. A whole bunch more coveys come in, including a real pesky elite. Actually, 3 elites. One of them's on the gun over there. They happen to really like those turrets. And we're going to use that to our advantage. I'm trying to drive that other elite left of the turret back. So, yeah, I think I got him. See if I can take out these jackals here. Shielded jackals. Well, too bad, Buck. Alright. So this is a pretty good setup right here because I can see his top of his head, but he's firing into that that container or whatever it is over there. So very easy to take out. And then the next elite jumps on the gun or the turret, and I take him out. And their shields are not that tough. This third one, this gold elite, I'm not sure what his official title is, but he is gold, and he will be tougher to take out. Now, my best option is to get him on the turret as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to take out some shielded jackals here. Thin the herd, as it were. Oh look, he jumped on the turret. How nice of him. Sometimes that'll happen, sometimes it won't. If he stays down in the middle of the valley, just have your guardian buddies, when they respawn, deal with him. You know, if they may be able to take him out with a little bit of help from you, from your plasma pistol. If not, then hopefully he will eventually get back to that turret and be taken out very easily. Just checking to see how my shields are doing. Alright, we want to clear out the jackals, and then there may be anywhere from 1 to 3 grunts way over on the left that we need to deal with. If my shields were down, then what I would do is I would try to save one of the grunts. Yeah, save one of the grunts for a ground pound to get my shields back that way, like I did with that when we first entered this area. But because I have my shields, I'm not worried that. Oh, doggone it! Just killed the rock. I'm not that worried about it. There we go. That should be it. Alright. Now we got another area to clear out. And I'm going to try to thin the crowd there as well. Using the... starting off with the elite on the turret trick. Now I position my guys here just to stay away from me for a little bit. They're like puppy dogs. They all tend to want to gather around me. Alright, there's the turret. There's the elite. I'm just trying to make myself barely visible. The elite is down. Now let's see if I can take out some of these guys here. There's several shielded jackals and 3 grunts. And the more that I can take out here, the easier this section will be, because there is another elite back there hiding. And he's a bit of a pain. Now I'm not really sure. I think I got all 3 grunts that time. Oh, there we go. Grunt was going for the turret. The turret is your friend. Oh, no, that was the second grunt. There's the third grunt. He's down. Yep, again, I was wrong. My preview screen here is very small, and because this mission was so long, I've totally forgotten what I did. Alright, I'm having a real issue with the shielded jackal. Anyway, the grunts kind of migrated to the turret. When they got on the turret, I took them out. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And there's my buddies out there trying to help me out, just getting in the way. Alright, I'm just about giving up on this approach. I don't think I can get that shielded jackal that was being real pesky back there. Okay, so I'm going to go swap out my plasma pistol. And run up to this ammo crate. Now there was an ammo crate up there where I first was in hiding, and as soon as that first jackal went down and the insertion pods came in, I ran to that particular ammo crate to ammo up. I hope you saw what I was doing there. I forgot to tell you about it. Alright, we want to get the jackals down and then go after the elite. And again, if I mark the elite, I bet we have a much better chance of taking him out than if I leave my buddies to their own devices. Alright, I'm trying to help out here with the plasma pistol, but I don't want to get tagged either by his
on my mark.
Rifle fire there, or a grenade, which is even worse. Okay, that clears this area, and now we got another one.
Move up.
And things are getting more difficult. There's 3 grunts up there to start with. We need to clear those out, and then there's 2 snipers that we have to deal with. And I am such a lousy shot. I believe that I got tagged by the first sniper. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm moving my guys up now, because I know there's another grunt out there somewhere. Now what'll happen with this first sniper, if you miss, he'll go into hiding. But I got him that time. Ugh, I just lost my daggone shields. Here's that third grunt, and there's a dropship coming in with several jackals.
Take that jackal down.
So
Buck went down. Move to assist.
he got sniped. You can see that blue streak there. That's the sniper. Now he's actually out there a little bit low. And I don't mind using a lot of ammo to take him out, believe me. I am definitely taking... Whoo! I'm just kind of popping out and trying to... There we go, he's down. That's a load off of my mind. Okay. So let's clean up these jackals, and off to my left are several grunts, and behind them are shielded jackals. And then way over on the left is an elite and several other jackals. We're not going to deal with those, the elite and those jackals from here. Almost impossible. One thing about this area, noticing where I am firing from, sometimes that elite way over there on the left will sneak around and come up behind you. I've been tagged by that guy before. I know it's not an extra elite.
Take that elite out.
Okay, so we moved up a little bit, and we got an elite and a couple of grunts. The elite shields aren't all that great, so he's not too difficult to take out. He's down, and what will happen is that the grunts may go suicidal. There, like there. You have to be wary of that. Alright, let's see how we're doing over here with the grunts. Looks like all 3 of the grunts are down. And then we got 2 shielded jackals, and there's probably a grunt on the turret way over there. I'm seeing where my guys are.
Rally up, you just lost base.
Yeah, figures. Alright, well, they're reviving. Coming back to life. Okay, I just took out the grunt on the turret. I'll just be sitting here taking pot shots at these guys from distance. Oh, I don't know whether that was the elite or Jackal. Usually I can fire a few shots at either one and drive them back. Okay. So we've just about done all we can from this position.
Lit up, Osiris.
Now we got to deal with some more neat stuff. And I have no idea. I have no idea what that message is about. I actually got, there comes another one. And a little while later I got one from some guy who I do not know. I never bothered to check them out, so I have no idea what they're about. In fact, I shut down my Xbox after I finished the mission, so those are still unknown to me. It's probably somebody spamming something. Might be a Happy Merry Christmas from Xbox Live. All right.
Take that position.
Now I did ammo up over there on the ammo crate. I'm going to run through this partially broken wall, and there's going to be 2 shielded jackals up here, and then a real sneaky sword elite, camoed sword elite, is going to come down at some point. And I am kind of looking around to see if he's coming around the outside, because he has done that before and tagged me from behind with a grenade. He will throw grenades. Alright, so I'm being very careful about this, especially since my shields are gone.
On my mark.
Okay, marking the second guy. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? I didn't see her. Sounded like alright, the sword elite, there he is. I'm being extremely careful with this guy. Alright, we didn't get him yet, I don't think. Looking to see if he's going to sneak around from the outside. And that darn rock, those rock ledges there are tough to jump up. You really need to scramble up the rock. There he is. Alright, he's down. Oh boy, I'm having a tough time today. Alright, there's going to be a bunch of, or several, maybe even up to a half a dozen jackals across the way. There's going to be several grunts. Grunts will come up from the left side and get on the turrets. There's 2 turrets up here. Alright, I'm not worried about how much ammo I use because there's another ammo crate up here in this area. Alright, that would be really nice to take that lead out from here. Because if we don't, he'll come sneaking up and become a real pain. A little bit later in this area. So this is essentially phase 1 of what we have to do in this particular area. Phase 1 of 3 phases. Now what I'm going to do, I believe I was successful here. At least 1 or 2 of the jackals are going to come up close. Now, I'm trying to hit them from way across there. I can hardly see them on my preview screen. But oh, there's another grunt going. Not sure which turret he's on. Probably on the far turret. That one's a little tough for me to to get to. But I can. Alright, that grunt's down. So you get the idea. We're taking out the jackals. We're taking out the grunts to mosey on up. Well, we take them out of distance, but we try to take out the grunts and mosey on up to the turrets as well, if we can't get them at distance. And then we want to get that one elite over there. You can hear the jackals. I don't know how many are out there, but I want to save one for me, because what I'll do is a ground pound on him. Either that or rush him and melee. I need to get my shields back. Well, that was a heck of a ground pound, wasn't it? So I don't want to go running out there to where he's at now, because that'll invoke the next wave. Alright. Come on, guys. Don't kill them all. There he is. I don't want to run to where he's at now. I'm going to draw him. There we go. I'm going to draw him in. And now I'm going to rush him because I can't ground pound him with crap. 2 whacks will take him out. There we go. And I initiated the next phase anyway. Got a couple of elites, got grunts, got some jackals, got all kinds of stuff. And we're going to deal with them from here. I'm going to try to mark the elite. Alright, well, thanks, Jackal. Got my shields back anyway. In this wave, the jackals will come in. Okay, you can see the grunts way over there, so I'm going to try to take them out. I'm not sure whether that's an elite on the turret or not. Not sure. Kind of hoping there is one up there. If his shields flare, then I know it's an elite. I think it is. Thank you. That was pretty easy. We got another elite out there. Checking my shields. I'm looking around to see what else is out there that I can take out while I'm waiting for my buddies to come back, because I know there's another elite over there somewhere. I was kind of hoping he'd get on the turret, which he did. Thank you. Alright, that takes care of the elites.
Exit above. Keep heading up.
Now it's a matter of waiting for my buddies to come back. Freshen up my plasma pistol. Get some more ammo for my carbine.
Move, double time. Move up.
Consider it done.
I'm here.
Alright.
Take that position.
Roger.
Move up.
These are pre-covenant Sanghelios ruins. They were already ancient.
It looks like
history
everybody's
before
back.
humanity built the pyramids.
Alright, now we're getting ready to start phase 3 of this area. I'm gonna mark a oh my goodness, there's another elite. And some more jackals. Looks like we missed a few. As soon as I heard grenade, I knew there was another elite out there, because they never made it up to the top. So we must not have gotten, whoa, the elite from the far left. It's the only thing I can think. So we need to deal with him before we actually initiate the 3rd phase, which will be several that's the elite. Saw his shields pop. Alright, he's down.
Push up.
Alright, let's see who we got left over here. Alright, the third phase is going to be the jackals that you saw, plus maybe one or two more, plus an elite that's got a fuel rod cannon, or fuel rod gun, FRG. And we need to take those out before we can advance. And we have to be a little bit careful about that elite, because he does like to sometimes come down and get on the turret. And if you're not paying attention, then he'll take you out. Also, once they are engaged up there, two more elites will appear, which are sword elites. And you'll notice that as soon as I have my guys going up to deal with the jackals and the elites up top, then I will back down and look for the sword elites, because they have a bad habit of coming around the corner and sneaking up on you. So that's the game plan. I'm waiting for everybody to come back. I want all three of my buddies to be available.
Take that position.
Copy that.
Push up.
Consider it done, Rob.
Keep moving up, Osiris.
Alright, let's mark him. Mark one of them. Okay, he's marked. I asked them to take out a jackal, and now they got to deal with a jackal. Come on now. Alright, there's one of the sword elites over there. You can hear the FRG elite. Again, these sword elites don't have much in the way of armor. So that's one of them down. Alright, the FRG elite's still hanging in tough. I'm looking for that second sword elite. I'm not really sure where he went. Oh, there he's back there somewhere.
Take that turret, Spartan.
Copy. Taking
No, I don't want him to do that.
Move up.
Going now.
On my
I'm
mark.
being very careful here, just in case the elite, the FRG elite, goes to the turret. I don't want to be caught out in the open.
Move up.
Alright, where is that? There he is. So he's just standing there taking my plasma pistols. And down he goes. Okay, good. Alright, I got him on the turret. Good. Maybe I can take him out. There's got to be an angle I can use here where I can pop him, pepper him with plasma pistol, but not get shot at in return. Well, that's not the angle. Oh, that's not the angle. Don't like that angle. There's gotta be a way here. Just far enough out. I don't want to get hit. I don't want to lose my shields. And I just lost my shields. Oh, jeez. How silly was that? Alright, well, there is a plan B for that. I'm going to try to save one of the jackals up on the steps. Shielded jackals to melee. Still haven't quite found an angle yet here. Let's see. I've only done this enough times. There we go. So he's not firing at me. I'm able to pepper him and take him out. Okay, good. Now the downside to that is if he's on the turret, his FRG does not get dropped. And there's that last message.
I'm at the top of the ridge. There's an exit up here.
Now I don't know how many jackals I got left, so I'm taking my time running up here. And okay, he's pointed the other way. There's just one, and boom! There goes. My shields are coming back. Alright, see right here, I was hoping to see that fuel rod gun cannon. Nope. So that's the downside of him being on the turret. The upside is that he's not firing that FRG at you. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is attempt to equip all three of my Spartan buddies with a Covenant carbine.
Take this weapon.
Got the Covenant carbine.
Someone take that weapon right away.
And then they're just standing there.
Take this, Spartan.
If the Arbiter dies, we lose our best shot at the
Yada yada yada.
Humanity's best ally.
Somebody take the gun. This is crazy.
Back up from the Swords of Sanghelios. That would be a very.
This is part of the frustration of these guys. Is sometimes they'll listen, sometimes they won't.
Pick up this weapon. Pick up that weapon.
I'll get it done, Locke.
And they just stand there. Jeez. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I just swapped out for another Covenant weapon.
Take this
Just
weapon.
walked right by it.
Move, double time.
Roger.
Pick up this weapon.
At location.
Take this, Spartan. Pick up that weapon.
Consider it done, Locke.
Alright, two of them are equipped. Jeez. Let's try for the... Whoops. There we go.
Pick up this weapon.
I'll get it done.
Okay, all three of them. Good. Now I've got one left for me. Alright. So I got a carbine. Go back here and get a full plasma pistol. And let's see. Making sure that my plasma pistol is equipped. I mean, my carbine's equipped. Making sure I'm full of ammo. I believe the carbine is 76 single shots. The battle rifle is... Oh, by the way, I'm making a stop here to take a break. A necessary break, if you will, before we get on to the next area, which is another rather intense firefight. But the battle rifle has 108 rounds, but they're fired in 3-round bursts, which means you've got 36 3-round bursts. So the Covenant carbine actually allows you to fire more, you know, less rounds, but more trigger pulls. Alright, this is about a 2-minute break, so if you want to fast forward here to about the 34-minute mark, and a little bit more than that, feel free, because you're just going to be staring at that rock with me.
Ought to get moving if helping Arbiter's still on the docket.
Yeah, blah blah blah. In fact, at some point here soon, I'm probably going to stop this voiceover, pause it, and go get a snack, because I'm getting hungry. So yeah, here we sit. I have to be a little bit careful because I have an elite controller. Okay, I'm back. Safe. Well, I was a little bit quicker than that. A little bit quicker than minute 34. Occasionally when I pick up my elite controller, I hit the Spartan thrust button or lever or whatever by mistake and get myself in compromising positions. Okay, I'm just waiting for all those guys to go by. And we're going to sprint through here and jump a gap. Jump and Spartan thrust.
That building's taking a beating. That's the Elder Council chamber.
Boost, if you will, and come over here. I'm going to set my guys right here.
Push up.
And there's going to be 3 grunts here, only one of which I can initially take out by hitting his bulbous nose. That guy right there. Sometimes if I fire at the other guys, they'll turn around for me and I can take them out like that. Other times they just sit there. Okay. I'm trying to position my guys over there. Jackals will come up quicker. There's 2 elites we got to deal with. Two elites. There's some grunts down there in the middle. One elite is way over here on the left. The other elite is a little bit more difficult. He is over on the right and down below. We really want to take care of all these guys before the next wave comes in, which is basically 200. Now I'm trying to take out that that elite way over there by myself. He's not very shielded, if you will. There you go. Took him out. I don't know, I might have gotten tagged a little bit there. Alright, what I'm trying to do is mark that elite, because again, they are much better at taking out bad guys when you mark them. I also want to get away from him so I don't get tagged by him, either by gunfire or... And he is retreated. Gunfire or a grenade, which is worse. If you get tagged, if your health goes down to a point where you go into armor lock, you can be revived if one of your buddies is nearby. However, if you get hit with a sticky grenade, you're dead. Mission over. Thanks to the Iron Skull. Score attack gives us that little bit of an armor lock revive ability.
You got it.
But there are certain things that will take you out regardless. If you're in a vehicle and the vehicle explodes, you're dead. And a little bit later, you'll see me get out of a Manus in a hurry because I know it's about ready to go. I'm waiting for my buddies to come back, and we're gonna... There's that elite again. Now he'll run up the steps and go back down, run up the steps and go back down. I can hear him.
Move, double time.
Got it.
Alright, getting her out of the way.
Push up.
Now his armor's not all that great either. It's a little bit better than that first elite's, but once we can get him sighted in and tagged, we can take him out. It's just a matter of that, getting that opportunity. All right, looks like my guys are back. I can hear the elite.
On my mark.
All right, I moved him all the way over to the right. See if I can draw him up there. Oh, he's firing up from the middle. Either that or that was a grunt. It sounds like he's down there. Again, I'm being very careful. There he is. He was throwing grenades at me. Alright, took his shields out. Now we gotta hurry and get the rest of these guys down because the next, the 200s are gonna come in here pretty quick. Well, I believe it's when it's down to 1 or 2, maybe, cubbies. Doesn't matter what they are, but it's 1 or 2. Then the drop ship will come in. The Spirit.
Spirit inbound.
Yep, there we go. All right, so I'm hoping that there's at least something. Okay, they got one of the grunts. One of the grunts are the jackals. Oh, okay, jackal.
Clear the area, Osiris.
Alright, the jackal's dead. So they will, whatever's left over, jackal or grunt, will come up into this area. Alright, I'm trying to mark my guys to get all the way on the other side so that the hunters will focus on them and I can pop them in the back. That's the game plan. But what happens many times, more often than not, I'll mark the far side of the this little plaza, and they'll run right at the hunters. And then we sit here and we wait. We wait for them to come back.
Rally up, we just lost Babe.
And it usually takes, when each one goes out, it's anywhere from a minute to 90 seconds for them to come back. So this is a good time. Just go in a crouch, mark your position, and I headed for the bathroom, to be quite honest with you. This will not be the first and only time. Well, it'll be the first time, but not the only time where we have to do this. Sometimes in previous runs, sometimes they make their way out to where I want them to be fairly easily, and we can take the hunters out in a reasonable matter of time. Other times it seems to take forever. But there may be different approaches to this, but I find for me this particular approach, which you'll see in action here when I finally get these guys out to the far side, seems to work the best. And you'll notice I have my fuel rod cannon there equipped. Got that green smoke emanating from it.
Move, double time.
Alright, one of them's back.
Move up.
You got it.
Alright, I'm just marking position again to see if any of the other guys are back. Oh, okay, everybody's back. Now, I'm coming out to the right side here to mark
Take that position.
Consider it
mark
done.
a position way on the other side. If I come out in the middle and try to mark,
Hunter.
I mark the daggone hunters.
Down. Need help. Hunter.
New target, Osiris. Take that target down. New target.
See what I mean?
Target.
I think there's something over there on the right as well.
New target.
There's something over there on the right
Take that target down.
that presents itself as a target behind that shielding. But at least I can get a shot or two in this time.
Move up. Move, double time. Push up. Move up. Take that position.
Consider it done.
Now the nice thing here is when they're alive, they'll jump up. Oh shoot! They'll jump off the back end of that area back there, and then I'll remark the position, and they'll jump right back up and start popping the hunters. Now I don't want to do anything. I am not going to attempt to take these hunters on by my lonesome, not especially because they'll be looking at me and getting ready to fire. So it looks like we're into the second wave. So back into a crouch. And we wait.
Push up.
Roger.
Alright, one of them's back. That sounds like Vale. Yep, that's Vale.
Move, double time.
You got it.
Take
Lock.
that position.
On it.
Move,
I-
double time.
Got it.
Push up.
Consider it done, Locke.
Move
Okay,
up.
I'm waiting for more voices here. Okay, I got at least two of them back.
Move up.
You got it.
Alright,
Lock.
so I marked that position way off in the distance again. I'm going to come over here and remark it,
Move, double time.
just to force them to get out to the end. There, you see them now, they're running out there, they're not engaging the hunters.
Move up.
Hunter fire.
Oh, jeez, good old Buck, he almost knocked me off.
Move, double time.
Going now.
Move up.
Solid copy. Copy that now.
I think one of them just went flying. But you can see what I'm doing here. I want them looking out towards the far end there, so I can pop them in the back with a fuel rod cannon. Again, if I remark it, they'll jump off and jump back up.
Take that position.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Copy that, Locke.
Push up.
I also, if I see one of them alive and one of them locked, I'll have them revive whomever is locked. So the idea here is to keep them out there on the far end as long as we can, and then I get the hunters working on you. Notice they just jumped off the end again.
On my mark. Move up. Move, double time.
Keep the focus on them and not me, and I just keep popping the hunters whenever I can. But as soon as they... that's interesting. I'm not sure who that was, but I think one of them went down and just died next to me. Really interesting.
Move up. On my mark.
And they pop back up. Hunters start firing at them. And I can throw a fuel rod at them.
Move, double time.
And then at least one of my guys is still alive because when I'm marking position and I'm saying, my character is saying move up.
On my mark. Move up. Move up. Push up.
There you go. I don't know if you heard one of the elites groan there. That means he's hurt. And he's hurt again.
Move, double time.
So I'm trying to knock their armor off and finally take one out, or have one of my guys take one out. One thing to note here, I don't know if you realize it, but I am not sighting in with my fuel. Oops, I didn't want to do that.
Move up. Push up. Move, double time.
I am not sighting in with one of my my fuel rod
Take that
cannon,
position.
because as soon as I sight in, the one of the hunters, at least one of them will whip. Oh,
Hunter
jeez.
ahead.
Move up.
At least one of them will whip around and fire at me, which is not a good thing. I think that was Tanaka, because she ran right at the daggone thing. And one of them turned on me. That's why I need to.
Move,
Okay.
double time.
Okay, good. One of them's still up. One of them's still up and
On my
fighting.
mark.
Sounds like, oh jeez.
Take that position. Tanaka's out. Regroup. Push up. On my mark. Move, double time.
And I am continually pushing position there just to get him to keep running instead of trying to engage the hunter.
Move up. On my mark. Move, double time.
Oh, that's not good. They didn't respond that time. That means they're all three of them's down. So, here we are, sitting and waiting again. And while we wait, one thing to note, when one of them goes down, the other one's hurt, it becomes much more dangerous to me. It has a tendency to whip around real quick, even with my guys sitting out there on the edge, whip around real quick and fire off a big bolt at me. And so I have to be extremely cautious.
On my mark.
Consider it done, Rob.
Alright, that was Tanaka. I want to have at least two of them up and running. So here we are, sitting and waiting.
Take that position.
Roger. Took location.
Apparently
Move up.
Tanaka. Okay, so Buck's back.
Push up.
Roger.
Alright, all three of them are back. So okay, here we go. Resetting position.
Copy that, Lock.
Hopefully they won't run right at the hunters this time.
Take that turret, Spartan. Move up.
Run it.
Move, double time. On my mark. Move up. Move, double time. Move up.
Got to really make sure that you don't get too close to the edge there, because one of those guys runs around behind you like that, they can knock you off the edge. That was Vale. Alright, time to sit and wait again. All three of them are down.
Can't hold out forever.
Well, sorry there, Vale. You're going to have to use up one of your lives.
Push up. Rally up, we just lost Vale.
Alright. Knew that. Usually when I say we have to sit and wait, that's a good indication that you can fast forward at least 60 seconds, maybe 90. But we're doing a rinse and repeat operation here. And it does work. I mean, we did take both hunters out. If we hadn't, then the mission would be over and I wouldn't be doing this voiceover. But it can get a little boring at this point. So we're sitting and waiting. Alright, here's Tanaka, I believe. Here's Buck. So let's go at it again.
Move, double time.
On it.
Oh, and Vale's back. Even though I marked
Take that
off on the right side,
On my mark.
Vale decided to jump right down the middle.
I'll get it done, Lock.
Alright, looks like at least two of them made it over there. I want to see the hunters firing at them before I poke my nose out there and take a shot. That way I know that they're not looking at me. Sounds like Vale...
Just lost Vale.
Yeah, Vale just went down again. And I just ran out of ammo in that thing.
Move, double time. Move up. Take
Right, I don't want to mark the hunter, I want to mark that position
Move,
back
double
there.
time. Take that position.
Sounds like, God, you know, that just drives me nuts. I grab what I think's the right weapon,
On my mark. To knock us out. Regroup. Push up.
and now I got the carbine.
Move up. Take that position.
Just because I'm not seeing green smoke there, but I'm all excited and everything, all stressed out. So I'm not even noticing that until I take a shot.
Move, double time.
That's what I mean by them. They see me, they can fire away. Oh, he hurt one of them. Oh, now I realize that I don't have my FRG up. That's what happens when you get all stressed out here in this kind of firefight.
Push up. Move up.
Both are hurt. He got hurt. I hurt him.
Move up. Take that position.
Notice that I really backed up that time so she wouldn't push me over the edge.
Mount that turret.
Okay, I'm on the
No, I don't want the hurt. Turret
Push up.
just gets in the way.
Move up.
You got it.
Take that position.
No problem.
Come on, waiting for them buggers to start firing at you. Alright, one of them's down. This is where we got to be a little bit careful.
On my mark. Move up.
Copy. Go to box.
Move up.
Oh, and there goes the other one. Okay.
All clear.
I
Alright.
am approaching your position.
I want one of them to pick up that FRG.
Check your fire. Friendly incoming.
Your commander Palmer thought you would find these.
Alright. We're gonna have two Manuses drop here. So I'll mark one Manus for them, and I'll take the other one.
Just be ready for extraction.
I shall await your signal.
Mount up, Osiris.
And then we'll deal with the second half of the mission, believe it or not, which will be in the final area. Well, we have to fight our way to the final area first. Now the key here in this area is make sure you take out the elites. Now there's several Swords of Sanghelios elites. And they're not going to last long. But I'm looking for. I'm trying to mark bad guys for my guys to take out, but I'm looking for elites. Because what'll happen is if an elite catches you by surprise and sticks the Manus with a grenade, then you're toast. Mission's over. It's just like you getting personally stuck. And if you keep backing out, by the way, back out on this door, at some point you'll be teleported like that. And it's very confusing because I had no idea where I was. You'll get teleported in. And I believe, at least this time, my guys did a really good job. The Manus is still up. And we're clearing out the last of the bad guys.
That's all.
Okay, we got the all clear. And what I'm going to do here is when the doors open down there, I don't think all of them are out. All of them are out. There might be a couple of 3 grunts who rush in. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out as many as I can from cover on foot. And the reason is that to try to save as much of the armor of the Manus as possible. You'll see me drop out of the Manus a number of times. It'll either be to because I know I can take out bad guys, cubbies, from cover like this, send a hurt if you will, or I'm not really sure where they're at and I don't want to get caught by surprise to get tagged by an elite, because they get really sneaky on this mission. Alright, there is a Wraith out there that I have to take out. It's kind of a little bit off in the back there, but I can see it. Now, when I jumped out of my Manus, whoever was in the other one jumped out as well, so it's still sitting back there. And I will probably at some point get one of my guys to jump back into it, but they don't last very long. I'm surprised that Manus is still there. I'm taking out the Wraith right now. What's happening with this Wraith? He keeps bobbing and weaving, and I'm trying to. Ooh, that looked like an elite fire to me.
The Elder Council chambers are on the far side of that courtyard. Hurry! We have lost contact.
Yeah, Maki keeps
Copy that.
bitching at
Let's
us.
get the arbiter out of there.
We got a little bit of work to do. Say about an hour. What I was saying is that this Wraith just keeps bobbing and weaving, so you got to be patient. Try to anticipate where he's going to move and fire in that direction. In the meantime, be wary. Whoa, look out. In the meantime, be wary of any elites that might be nearby.
You want me to answer? Don't have to ask twice.
So at this point, I decided to get some help from one of my buddies. I don't think that little wraith that they jumped in is going to last very long. We will have another wraith to take out in a little bit. Well, probably about a half an hour. That's much more difficult to take out than this one. Alright, I just marked an elite. And let my buddy, I think that's Buck, let him, he immediately got EMP'd, so he's not going to last very long. See how he charges out there recklessly? Yep, there he goes. But I did get the Wraith.
How much longer until you reach the chamber?
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I'll notify you when we're ready for extraction.
Uh-oh. We got grunts over there on the left. Gotta be real careful. Maybe another case where I jump off. Yep. So I decided to jump out and try to take them with the carbine. Knowing that grunts throw grenades too, so I have to be careful about that. Looking around, looking around. There's one off there in the distance. There'll be several overall that are in that area. There's still a jackler, shielded jackler, 2 left in that first circle. So back into the Manus. And let's clean this area up. I'm really paranoid. Ooh, somebody hit me with something. It's probably a jackal. I'm really paranoid in this area about keeping my shields, because at the end of the mission, when we make our final sprint, we need to have full shields. If I try it without shields, without full shields, then I have a very high probability of failure.
We have to reach the council chamber.
And that's based on experience. Alright, looking around. Yep, there's another grunt. I also don't want to advance too far. I think I just lost my shields. Dang it. That's what it sounded like. So now I'm going to come up with another way of getting my shields back. Yep. Just one little needle. Alright, there'll be several jackals down here. I'm looking off in the distance to see if there's any elites that I can take out. Alright, really need... Oh, there's another one. I need to do is to get them from cover. Being extremely careful. There's a fixed turret over there. Probably a shade turret. that I want to take out.
Spartan lock. Covenant fleet is approaching the Elder Council chambers.
Stand by, Mark. We'll get to the Arbiter soon.
One of my guys found a ghost. He's not going to last long, he or she. Alright, there's going to be, down underneath this area, there's going to be 2 hunters that we're going to eventually walk out and take out. I thought there would be some... Here they come. Alright, that's elite fire there. Attack from something else. What the heck was that? So that's where you gotta really be careful. You're so focused in on one thing. You don't have eyes in the back of your head. And if any bad guy has it, oh, that's an elite. I believe it's either an elite or a jackal. Let's see here.
We lost Buck. Fall back.
Yep, jackal.
To knock us out. Regroup.
Let me see how many of them there are. I think there's 3 of them. I'm firing at the shielded jackals way down there in the distance. What I was looking for is one of those jackals to kind of pop out nearby so that I can do this. I can come over here, sneak up on him, and do a ground pound and get my shields back. So we're back in business. Got my shields back. I'm breathing a little bit easier. I want to take those 2 hunters out, but I've got an elite. I just remembered I have an elite down here on the right that's going to be taking shots at me. But in the meantime, before I start that, I remembered that there's an elite over there. And as long as he doesn't see you, you can fire at him and you just stand there and take it. And QED, he's down. Most of the elites in this area do not have great shields. Now we're taking out the jackals back here. And I want to take out the elite. And I may need help from my buddies. This guy sees me, he's just kind of jumping around and firing. It's probably a place where I could hide and get him. See how I'm just dancing away from his fire? It looks like I'm probably going to have to mark it and get some help from my buddies here. So I can get his shields flaring, but I don't want to just stand there and take fire from him.
This one will drop quick.
Where'd he go?
Take that target down.
I got my hands full. Throwing grenade.
He must have run down. Oops. There he is. He must have run in underneath.
Take that target down. Push up.
You got it.
Solid copy.
Alright, I think we got him.
Roger that.
Going now.
Alright, getting my buddies out of the way there. Now that the elite's down, it's time to take out the two hunters. And this is going to be a lot of rinse and repeating. Step around the corner, put rocket and machine gun fire on them, and back away, trying to take as little fire from them as possible. And this does take a little bit of time. Yep, fire. Get out of the way. Make sure your rockets are loaded up. Fire. Throw some machine gun fire at them and get out of the way. This does take a few minutes. This is just another rinse and repeat action. Now they will move around a little bit in there. Sometimes moving to the left, sometimes hiding behind the barriers. Very rarely just out in the open. So it's just a matter of trying not to kill the wall there, or the post. Moving up far enough, put rockets on them, throw some machine gun fire in there, and back up. Keeping my Spartan buddies out of the way. Alright. Oh, they both went down. That's very rare. Okay. Okay, still got my shields. Taking a look down here to see what's going on. I think there might be an elite down here, I'm not sure. When I'm jumping up, I'm trying to get a vantage point. I think he's hiding behind that barrier there. Yeah, and he's moving around. There he goes. Okay. You can take him out from distance. Take him out from distance. The elites are very good at dodging rockets, by the way. Shielded jackals down here, I'm sure. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's a lot of bad guys on the left. And we'll find out towards the end, for the final sprint, that there actually were a couple of elites that were in hiding down there that I didn't know about. And I'm looking to see if I got him to lead up. Alright, he saw me, unfortunately. Let's see if I can find an angle here. No, he's still moving. Uh-oh. I heard an elite voice, and that was coming from that cave on the left. Yeah, and he wasn't that far away because he fired a grenade. Either he did or a grunt did. This mission always has surprises. Somewhere or another, there will be a surprise. Just when you thought you were safe to go back in the water. So I'm sending my guys over there to see if they can root out some of these.
Take the grunt out.
Now, interestingly enough, when I highlight one of them,
Take that jackal down.
like so, it gives me a good target to hit. So I really can't see them in there unless they're highlighted. They kind of blend in with the color of the cave or the area.
Move up.
Gotcha.
It's not really a cave. Now, Eternity's still moving. Hard to believe we still got a ways to go. Alright, I don't know if I can do any more here. Oh, there's another one.
Can't do it yet. Grunt in the way.
And another one. This is not something that I saw on a previous run by somebody else. I just did that quite by accident, to be honest with you. But that's a pretty good way of identifying bad guys in that left area. Just try to highlight them. Once you highlight them, take them out. If it's an elite, your buddies are going to have to help you take them out. I know what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get another wave to come in.
Right side.
And that's Spirit right side. And what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to get this guy out of the way. He's in the firing line. So we're going to move him back up here a ways. Alright. And I'm going to swap out my plasma pistol. Just making sure I've got it equipped with a binary rifle. And I'm going to come over here, and most of the coveys that were in that wave are right there. If I was a better shot, I would have taken him out. There we go, one of them's down. Now what I'm doing this is just another example of being able to take bad guys out from cover on foot in a relatively safe manner. Another one just went down. So I save the armor on my mantis, because I will need it. Alright, who we got left here? Hard for me to see. Doesn't look like anybody else wants to poke their nose out. Oh, wait, here we go. There's a shielded jackal. Another one. Another one. I don't think I can take any more out. Now here I'm going to pull out a ghost, and one of my guardian bunnies is going to come behind me and pull out another one. As soon as I get into a piece of equipment, they have a tendency to want to do the same thing if there's anything lying around. And the idea here was that I was going to save. I guess I just parked this in the wrong spot, but I was going to save these ghosts for me to make a move at the end.
Take that position.
You got it locked.
Get him out. Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there!
Going on foot.
Thank you. Go park this over here. But what happened is, as soon as I got back into Manus, I tried to position them away from the equipment.
Got it.
Way over here. But as soon as I got back into Manus, at least one of them jumped into the ghost. It's just an unfortunate fact of life that sometimes they just won't listen to you. Now what I'm going to be doing here, I'm looking down on the right side. See, again, I'm trying to position them away. Now here I'm going to be spending the next few minutes trying to take out a wraith guarding the front door, if you will. And the reason I'm doing it up here is that if I were to go down a little bit closer, I would expose myself to the left area where there are cubbies just kind of sitting over there waiting for me to do something stupid. So I'm going to take him out from up here, and this is going to take a while. I'm a little bit better shielded down there from the wraith down in the next little circle, but the problem is that, again, I'm exposed on my left flank. So we're going to have to dodge the plasma bolts from the wraith. And there was an elite over there on the left, by the way, firing at me. That tends to, doing stuff like this tends to bring them out of hiding. And it looks like my buddies have grabbed their own ghosts, grabbed the ghosts that I did not want them to take, and they are working on a couple of elites that are in ghosts down there on the right side. We don't see it, but I see the score popping up, so I know they've taken something out. But in the process, they've destroyed, or will have destroyed, the ghosts that I saved from myself. And the problem with that is that there might even be another ghost up in that area that I pulled these out from. Pulled one out from. Is that door will close. This does take a while. I'm being extremely careful. And notice that I'm putting some fire into the post here because he's firing back at me. So as soon as I fire my rockets, the machine gun is quite ineffective here. I don't think I'm putting any bullets on him. But as soon as I fire my rockets, he fires a plasma bolt right where I was. So I need to fire and move. And that means my rocket fire is not quite as accurate as I would like it to be. But I am getting a few hits on him. This just takes a while. I can hardly see it, to be quite honest with you. Even when I was playing the mission, I could hardly see it. I could just catch motion going back and forth. And what happens is that these rockets fire in a little bit of a sequence. So if I fire and move immediately, half of my rockets go into that darn post. So on the one hand, I have to stand still after I fire, just make sure all of the rockets. Oh, see, I didn't do it again. I got scared. Because he is firing at me like crazy. Alright, that time I got most of the rockets down his way. Now I saw the plasma bolt coming and it bolted and just put more fire into the post. It looks like my buddies have found a wraith. I don't know how effective it's going to be. Alright, I hear an elite. That's not a good thing. See, from this angle here, I cannot use my machine gun at all. I'm just firing into the post. Oh, got stuck. Because I backed up a little bit. But given my experiences down below, this is the place to be to take that Wraith out. Just takes longer, but it's a heck of a lot safer. Alright, that was, I believe, probably an elite on a ghost. There's a couple of them. They're kind of haunting around the left side. I mean the right side, not the left side. I generally know what happens on the right. It's what's on the left that really is a mystery. Oh, on it. All I can say, it's a good thing I didn't do real-time voiceover. Or real-time commentary, because it would be definitely R-rated. He's still kicking. The other reason I don't want to get too far down is that there's way over there on the left there's a hunter, and at some point if you get down close to the door, darn it. Right. I knew there was an elite hanging around there. Let's see if my guys can take him out. If you get down there close to the door, the hunter will engage. Oh, I got a little bit of damage on him that time. At least I'm getting a little bit better at standing still until all my rockets are gone. All that noise on the left is an elite throwing grenades. Definitely are grenade happy. Oh, there's one of my guys again, just died right in front of me. Also doesn't help that I'm not a great shot. Oy. You've got to go here soon. We've been at it for a while. I do believe I just took him out. You usually tell when you see the big score come up. Alright, let's see what we got here. What we got to do. Not much anything going on the left. Yeah, the ghosts were gone and the doors closed, so That ticked me off. Alright, two of my buddies are back. Alright. I believe there's some jackals over here on the right. Just trying to clear them off the posts. Ooh. Don't want that to happen. Alright, still got shields. Just in case the hunter comes out. And or we need to have my buddies deal with the FRG.
Take this, Spartan.
Right away.
Elite.
I've been looking for one of these.
I decided to go ahead and
Take this weapon.
give a couple of my guys the fuel rod cannons. I'm not, as it turns out, it didn't really do a whole lot of good. But the more powerful weapons they have, the better. Yeah, we got a couple of regular old jackals over here on the right. Up on the steps, there will be shielded jackals. Whoa!
We're wasting time. You gotta move faster.
I think I just lost my shield. I thought I heard a pop. I believe that's... Again, I got surprised. Wasn't expecting that. Yep, doggone it. Now I gotta figure out how to get my shields back. Because I definitely need shields for the final part of the mission. So what we're gonna do here... Oh, for crying out loud. Don't tell me my buddies took out the grunt.
Target the elite.
You got it.
Alright, well, we're going to go to plan B here.
Copy.
I have to figure out a way to get my shields back. But in the meantime, I'm taking out shielded jackals over here. You can hear the elite, the fuel rod elite.
We lost fuck. Fall back.
My buddies are not doing a great job of taking him out. Taking out as many as I can.
The numbers out. Regroup.
Yeah, that figures. They're not doing too good by themselves. So I was looking for a jackal to smash. I need something to get my shields back. But I'm not getting any joy over here. There's an elite. Either an elite or a jackal in there. I'm not going in there. That's an elite that I'm firing at. Of course, he sees me and he's bobbing and weaving. Just in case that was a jackal. I don't think so. Now I don't see him at all. Taking the opportunity to take out these guys because they will be... There's the elite. See how well my buddies do this time with that guy. Ooh, I heard a grunt. Well, and I also heard an elite. I'm getting out of there. Still trying to, I'm scratching my head right now. Trying to figure out a way. Trying to figure out a way to get my shields back. Because I guarantee you, at the final sprint to the end of the mission, requires shields. I'm still looking. Well, that's another elite. There's two of them. No, that's one of my guys. I'm sorry. I just saw the marked elite run by. I can hear the fuel rod going off.
Rally up, we just lost base. To knock us out, regroup.
Oh boy. Rinse and repeat time. For some reason, at this point, I thought I had lost my carbine. So I'm running around looking for my carbine. I think what I had was my... This will just show you how stressed out I was. Now at this point I thought I had my carbine. And I was getting rid of the... That's what I thought I had. Okay. So I went back. Yeah, I went back to get a plasma pistol to help take out some of the elites that are still hanging around. As long as they don't see me, I can pepper them and take them out. Way back in the back there, that is the hunter. Leave him alone. Not sure whether that was a jackal or an elite.
Take that position.
Copy that.
Now the reason I'm trying to clear this left side is that at some point I'm going to come down to that little circle, and as soon as the door opens,
On my mark. Move
I'm
up.
going to try to
On my
take
mark.
out.
Consider it done.
I'm trying to take out some of the grunts and
Take that
jackals
out.
Solid copy. Roger.
that come out of the out from the closed door that will open. Alright. That's another elite now. That FRG guy is still kicking. Now at this point I thought I got all the elites on the left. I'm still scratching my head trying to figure out... Whoops! Did I just see another one go by? Trying to figure out what I'm going to do about my shields. This is where I believe I lost my carbine. I swapped it out for the binary rifle. Looks to me like the door's still closed.
To knock us out, regroup!
Possibly I swapped out the plasma pistol. At this point, I know that at some point I lost my maybe when I came up here and advanced to this point, I lost my carbine, which really made me nervous. See, I'm going to go back to swap out again because the door's still closed, so I can't take out the guys that are right behind the door. And lo and behold, okay, so now I still have it. I was really confused at this point. I was running around saying, what am I going to... I kept thinking to myself, what am I going to do about my shields? What am I going to do about my shields? So what I decided to do here is at least take out the FRG elite and any of the jackals that are sitting out there at the door, so at least we can get the door open. So we mark the FRG elite. Alright, my trusty Manus is far enough back. He's far enough back that I can dodge his FRG bolts. Alright, got rid of him. Still scratching my head here now. I figured maybe I can take out one of the... Alright, the door just opened. That music tells me the door just opened. So maybe I can take out one of the jackals. This is where I go back up to get the binary rifle, because I want to take out the grunts and shielded jackals that are right at the beginning of the door. That will help clear a path for me to take a ghost and scoot on up. Alright. Alright, so now I have my carbine and I have my binary rifle. Got to get a little closer. I can't see very well. So I'm still a little leery about what's out there on my left, but hopefully there will be enough warning that I can get out of dodge if I start taking fire from inside. Alright. This is what I'm using a binary rifle here. much as I can. Take these guys out. I thought if they were right at the doorway there, maybe I could take them out with my carbine like that. Alright, let's see. Who's next? There's another one down. Not seeing anything. Alright, there's another one down.
Consider it done, Locke.
Mark the elite. Whoa, there's another elite. Now, see, that's what surprised me. That wasn't the elite on the stairwell, that was another elite. Probably coming in from the left side. So I figured, okay, I'll just use my Manus here to help take him out. Looking around. Don't see anything. Whoa, just got EMP'd. Wow, that was close. I don't know if that was a grunt or an elite. Not really sure what's going on up here. It's an elite. It's an elite. Stay right there. Boom, you're done. Get the heck out of here. Whoa! Crap! Get the heck out of that. That thing's ready to go.
We just lost base.
Oh my goodness, I still have my shields. That's good. So I still got something out there. It's probably a grunt because I got EMP'd. Not really sure what it is, who it is. I don't want to go rushing up the steps until I know that the way is clear. This is where I got a little confused. Now, I should have a carbine and my binary rifle. I think what I was looking for was looking for a plasma pistol. Yeah, so I got my carbine and binary rifle, and there's not a plasma pistol to be seen. Now, why that happened, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they got despawned or what. I was looking around saying, hopefully there's another ammo crate around here somewhere. But I'm not having much luck. Now, in the meantime, I'm waiting for my buddies to come back, so instead of just standing there, you know, twiddling my thumbs, I figured, okay, well, let's go see if we can find a plasma pistol. I really don't have that much use for the binary rifle anymore. Nope, nothing there. That's just, well, that's a turret. Okay, got one of my guys back. Two of my guys are back. Still looking.
Move up.
Alright, trying to figure out what is down there. there's a plasma pistol right there.
Rally up, we just lost base.
That's a grenade launcher.
The knockers out, regroup.
I have no idea what's going on here. It's got to be an elite for them to be taking that kind of gas. I've gotten really close a number of times just to take gas at this point, or to try my final run without shields, take gas then. So I'm being way too careful here. I still haven't figured out what took my buddies out. So I'm running around. I'm not going to get back in that Manus because it's about ready to go. What I'm doing is I'm getting way up here to see if I can get a line of sight on the bad guy down there that took my buddies out. This is pretty futile. I was pretty much cussing at this point. In all probability, it was an elite and a grunt that snuck out from the left side that we never saw.
Push up.
Might as well stick with the binary rifle. I'm sitting there looking right at a plasma pistol. I don't know why I didn't see that when I was actually doing the run. I need to see what's going on down there. I really need to see what's going on down there. Aha! He's on a turret. No wonder. Now we just got to figure out how to get him off the turret. Or me find a kind of an angle here where I can take him out. Alright, he's off the turret. Jeez, there's another plasma pistol. Nope.
Got eyes on the lead.
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I already had a carbine, so...
All set now.
Lead the hand.
I'm flipping weapons like crazy here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, now I got a plasma pistol. I already have a carbine, that's why I can't pick one out there. I'm going nuts here. There goes the plasma pistol. And they just took out the elite. They just took out the elite while I was diddling around with weapons here that I really didn't need. Come on, dummy, you got... Yeah, there you go. That's why. Alright, now we're set. While I was diddling around like that, they took out the elite. Thank you, guys. Alright. So now we're getting ready for the final push. And what I'm going to do here, get them in the front door. Got my shields. And be careful. We want to take the elite out. And maybe the grunt. That's elite fire right there. Okay, so I got him targeted. That gives my guys a better shot at taking him out. Oh, one of them has a plasma pistol. That's good. Do not want to take fire. It's turning into a bit of a standoff. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is.
To knock us out, regroup!
Notice that we can drop that light barrier there with plasma. Because now he's throwing grenades like crazy. Thanks, Buck. You're dodging. I can't get any shots on him. Nobody else is coming in. Alright, he's down. Now, I think there's a grunt out there, too. Let's see. Yeah, suicide. Alright, now we're going to get ready for the final push. Again, without full shields, this is almost suicidal. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a mad dash to the top, if you will. When we get out in the courtyard, we're going to jog just a little bit right. If there's an insertion pod, if you don't jog right, it'll drop right on top of you. Alright, come through the courtyard. Come up here. Swing to the right. Come up here. Right about here. Let the big guy take out those two elites, and we are done. Notice that my shields are gone. That's the end of the mission. I do hope this helps you and your quest for Swords of Sanghelios on Mythic LASO difficulty. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Old and Achy signing off. Take care, everybody.